The biggest impact my phone has had on me is staying up way too late, scrolling through TikToks, and just being awake when I know I have school tomorrow.
I need to come up with a way to reduce my screen time because I went to go look at how long I spend time on my phone and it's like 23 hours. That's almost the whole day.
We learned like last week that like it takes almost 30 minutes to get like refocused after you like use your phone.
I think the biggest problem with phones in schools is that students' attention is already fragmented before they even walk in the door. Students aren't necessarily able to pay attention in class, but it's also not able to pay attention to each other and really invest in that personal relationship building that we know that they need and they say that they want as well.
When kids' whole lives are basically determined by what screen they're on and how quickly they can swipe, it diminishes their ability to concentrate and focus on one deliberate task over and over again.
The phone policy right now, we walk in and we have to put our phones inside pouches as soon as the bell rings around 8:30, 8:32. And then we only get our phones at the end of the day when we're about to exit the building.
So the Source School is a nonprofit. We're located in Maine, and we come alongside schools and school districts to help ensure that each member feels hope and knows they matter. Projects like this, citizens' assemblies with students and teachers, essentially students are learning to become experts in lifting up their peers' voices, not becoming experts in what their peers think or believe. Before we started this process, the cell phone policy communicated to the students, "We don't trust you."
People believe that young people don't have a say in like their life and certain things. So they just believe that we're kids and we don't know about the real world.
As a young person, I believe my voice matters to some degree. It's not always accounted for. Like, it really depends if they give us the space to have a voice.
You just want to be clear about like what's the need that we're solving here, so that because you're making a case for people to like pick up this recommendation to keep it moving forward. So we want to make sure that the problem we're solving for each of these is super clear.
Yeah. So we're solving the issue of like parents trying to communicate their child all on their own phone through their cell phones. Okay.
Like direct communication.
Direct communication with the student.
So a
through the
citizens' assembly typically has 3 components to it. One is for learning. So all of the delegates, all of the people who come together to deliberate, they need to have time to learn to kind of come up to speed on the topic. The next step is a deliberation step. So deliberation is getting together and talking through what the kind of topic means to me, to you, to our school community, and really thinking about it from a public good perspective. Not, do I like this? But is this good for our community? And then part 3 is to decide. So given all that deliberation based on what we know about the topic, now we're going to decide to move some policy proposals or recommendations forward. So there's those 3 sections. And in this case, the Citizens Assembly was co-designed with the students.
I've been given the space to give ideas from a student's perspective instead of it being only from adults. And from the student perspective, we want more freedom on our phones, but also like to follow the law. So we're kind of trying to work around it and work with it to implement something new and better.
Yeah, the assembly has helped us understand why the phone policy came out to us. It's helping us with our education so our grades can be better and so we can focus in class instead of focusing on our phones like most of the time during class instead of getting distracted.
The words that you say and the thoughts that you have really matter, and you are the only one who can say it. You have to be able to speak for yourself, especially I work in a school that is a Title I school in the poorest congressional district in the country. There are often not chairs or spaces for my kids. We have to make them. And part of my job as a principal is to really teach my kids to create those spaces and enter those spaces in a way where they can be taken seriously, where people can listen to them, where their great ideas can be centered and really elevated so that they can change policies.
At the end of the day, the students and teachers together had come up with 3, I would say, areas of policy proposals. There were many that people were excited about, but really it boiled down to 3 that they were most excited about. And none of these have to do with changing the cell phone policy itself, not even one of them. They all are around mitigating the impacts of not having a cell phone on the students, which is primarily boredom.
And we implemented bringing back recess maybe. We rarely receive any activities to decompress any stress, that's why.
Certain problems that it definitely does solve is boredom, which is the main issue in student body all the time. And it brings relaxation, it helps you regain your focus, and it helps you how to learn discipline. Discipline is very huge when you're a student. You need to learn how to be disciplined.
If a student is like a caretaker for someone in their family, then they qualify for the exemption. Like if they need to take care of a little sibling, and if they're the only person who in their family that is needed, then they can ask for the form for their parent to fill out.
Got it. So the proof.
We were really excited to win the Young Futures grant because it allowed us to experiment, to innovate, and to come up with a translation of a citizens' assembly, which to our knowledge has never been done in a high school before, certainly not co-designed with students. It wasn't another adult experience that was imposed on them. We'd love to hear your voice in a framework that we have designed for you. They were the co-designers of it. And so it gave us the freedom to innovate, and the amount of time, gave us the time to spend with the students to build that trust and relationships.
As I said before, like usually students don't get a voice in like big decisions like this. So I'd say I really have a powerful voice.
Through this process of being heard more, I am more open to answering questions, sharing my ideas. I can share without a problem. I don't like answering questions whatsoever, and I hate being pressured. But ever since this group had come into talking to us and making us know that this is a very communal type of group and that they're going to be also open-minded as well, I'm able to share more.
The most important thing educators can learn is that it's doable. Students can contribute to decision making. They can be thoughtful, they can be reflective, they can be inclusive, they can think beyond their own needs. They can deliberate for the public good. We just saw it happen.